All right, 5-9 gamers, welcome back to Dragon Ball Legends podcast episode 36. Third time's the charm. Welcome to third anniversary. Today, we are going to talk about all the new stuff, the step-ups that drop. We're going to talk about all the new LF units and the side units. We have a couple of extreme units. I don't know if people played them a lot, but maybe you have some ideas on how to use them. And we also got a couple new events or announced events from Video and Stuff that we're going to talk about. But first things first, let's introduce the guests today. I am joined by Professor Sensei.
Hello.
We got Ryuden here.
What's going on, guys?
We are joined once again by X Noctis. How are you?
Hey, what's up?
And Vipri ZVG. How are you doing?
Yo. Vipri. Day after day. Let's get this started, bro.
Exactly. And before we get going, as always, make sure to leave a follow if you want to get notified. We are trying to provide you content almost around the clock. And if you have that Twitch Prime, you know Twitch Prime is not a crime. Drop that sub. Check out our YouTube, type exclamation mark Linktree in the chat to find all our social media outlets. And today, since it's a special day, we also have a couple of gift cards to give away. Let me just quickly check what we have. We do have iTunes and USA Google Play cards, a Germany iOS card, Canada Google Play and Apple card, and a UK Google Play card to give away, which we will give out throughout this podcast. And with that said, how about we get started with our first topic, which are the new banners. I'm going to hand that one over to Noctis. How did you feel and how did you do? And how do you rate the banners?
I feel like they kind of stepped up the LF game with Gogeta and Zamasu. The first negative, I want a free step. Where is it? It's anniversary. Where's the free step? Hello? Other than that, two different LFs on two different banners, so it's really harsh for people to get what they want, I guess, especially when they want to get both. But yeah, and not really getting CC as the start. It's quite harsh if you didn't save your CC. But yeah, overall, it's decent, but not like anniversary worthy, in my opinion. How about you guys?
I want the free step too. And I feel like I did one rotation, and when I only saw that I could do like one ticket summon, I was like, damn, it'd be like that. And I got freaking Lavender on my ticket summon, so I was like, was that really worth it in the end? Like, but yeah, just a free step would be nice. The double LF banners suck because people are gonna be forced to like summon on two different banners, right? So it's what it is, but I don't know. I just feel different about it. Not really bad or good, just like different about it, honestly. What do you guys think?
Well, I think if we're going to put the rates aside, all these units in their own right are seemingly fantastic. I'm not too impressed by Kefla, but I mean, I need more, obviously, experience with them. But I think the units, there's value on the banner, right? Or is this just lower rates? Because it seems like, especially on this Zamasu banner, you just get to collect the whole gang. They got, VB, Gogeta Blue, and Zamasu all in the same grouping?
Yep.
I mean, that's a pretty fire lineup right there, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, you can just take them and just run in PvP with that. If you get them at like 4 stars, maybe 6 stars, depending on if you're a new player or if you're just returning and grabbing them. But yeah, I think lots of people had kind of issues, especially with the GT banner. And they're like, okay, once I get Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I'm out of there. Any of you feel similar, or would you say this banner is still kind of worth it for any units on there?
I'm going to be honest. I feel like they could have structured some of the other featured LFs better. Like one thing I never understood was why, like I know Future Gohan came back as part of a separate banner, a bait banner that they wanted you to summon on, but I think it would have made more sense if Zamasu's banner had like a future/powerful opponent focus. So like Kid Buu and Future Gohan being there. And then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's was more fusion warriors. So it should have been Vegito Blue and Gogeta Blue. I think it would have stuck the theme and made a lot more sense. Like, I mean, they put Super Vegito here. I'm not really, I don't know. It's just so heavily skewed to Zamasu's banner being just miles ahead better. And then I think in terms of the rates for these banners, I think compared to the previous step ups we had, like I think the Super Saiyan 4 Dragon Fist Goku, I think the improvement from there is the fact that the rates on the tickets are better, I believe. I think it was 5% chance for LFs and then 12-ish% for the new sparking. So, I mean, it's a gradual improvement over what it was before. Of course, the free multi would be preferred, but I mean, I'm still going to give them kudos for one tiny step in the right direction for the improvement that we want. I know it's like a problem that they generated because they snatched it away, but I mean, I guess they're trying to find some middle ground compromise. They're the same? Okay.
Dude, they've changed these type of banners so many times. It's like, okay, what's gonna be the new format next, right? So it's like I was wholeheartedly expecting some whole new format for the anniversary, but it was just the same as LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I don't know if I'm the only one who felt that way, but I feel like they changed the type of banners way too much, and it would have been very, Dragon Ball Legends-esque to change the format for the anniversary, but they didn't.
I know this isn't a hype opinion in the community. I liked doing the all sparking multis. That was kind of fun.
Wait.
I mean, if the rates
Oh,
were
you mean like
better,
the 10
then,
tickets that give you sparkings,
Yeah,
but then you have like a
Because,
0.5%
every
chance?
multi you did gave you a ticket. So even if you just did one multi, you still
Yeah.
had your one ticket in a dream moment, right? I know people say the rates were garbage, but I liked it. I had fun with it. The whole fun sparkly stuff come from the sky, sparking unit. I'm
think-
sure the rate of actually getting an LF overall per Chrono Crystal is probably pretty similar.
I think what they should have done is keep that whole sparking multi, but increase the rates for the featured units. It would have been so easy to do that, but they didn't. But that would have been like an easy solution to fixing the rates issue that a lot of people have with the whole 10 sparking multi.
How high would you put the rates for the featured LF then? Like 5% or 2.5%?
Yeah, like 5%. No,
What?
Because it's kind of a
That'd
middle
be
ground between
interesting.
giving like so many sparkings as well, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
3%.
think 2.5. Yeah, 2.5, 3% would have been good, like for like 10% or something for like the featured units. I don't know. They have to find something to like generate them money while also benefiting the players. But that would have been nice to see if they could have done it.
I don't know. For me, considering that you need to collect 5 tickets to do one summon,
Yeah.
and you have a 95% chance of failure. Let's not talk about 5% chance. Let's say 95% chance of failure. And most people are not going to be completing laps to really make those odds start working in your favor. I like my sparkly tickets that give me extra summons. Maybe I'm crazy.
Definitely.
When you put it like that, it's kind of funny. When you put it like that.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So those were the banners. And the first unit we're going to talk about is going to be the Monkey Boy. And I'm going to hand it over to Ryuden. How do you feel about the Monkey Boy?
I feel like they factored in the fear that, the low stats really hurt these guys. They're hard to pull. Low stats basically has them, they just get folded really quickly with meta Zenkai units. So I feel like they put that in mind when they designed part of his kit, mainly being that one shot, second wind, 50% reduced damage received passive that he has right there. It feels like a second life that they gave the guy. I've had moments where that has definitely come clutch for me. So I feel like they're better designed than perhaps some of the other LFs that we're more critical of. But I mean, it still reigns true. Having the lower stats definitely hurts them with this crazy modern meta, especially with him leading the anniversary. But, just outside of that, in terms of his overall kit, he's a really good unit. I like what he does. Very easy for him to get 110% damage inflicted. The 30% reduced damage received passive is very nice. Obviously, you're going to benefit more from it if you have higher stars. I think his green card is one of the best in the game. As we all know by now, every team has some sort of cover change, cover rescue, some sort of gimmick that this green card essentially shuts down. And just looking beyond the fact that he can do it infinitely, it's also a green card that he can chain into. It is a brutal green card and it punishes you a lot. And I know we're still in the euphoric period because he's released less than 10 hours ago, but I know for a fact that the community is going to get very annoyed with this unit because of just how oppressive this green card is. He's very strong. His other passive, though, that I am a little bit critical of is the one where he gains 2 Dragon Balls and heals when he pops off Endurance / Revival. Maybe it's the wording, but I'm pretty sure that's when he pops off Revival as well as Endurance. I feel like that's just so unbelievably niche that you may as well just say, I don't know, it could have been a better design passive. It just seems super niche, doesn't it? At least to me it does. It's almost like the idea is when you use a Rising Rush and they come in with an Endurance unit, they don't want you to feel too punished. It's like, hey, you lost your rush, but here, we're going to give you, a third of it back to you. Hey, you get to heal a little bit. I just think it's a rather niche passive and could have been designed better, but outside of that, he's a really awesome unit. LF animation obviously being one of the best. He's super awesome too, of course, and the synergy between him and Vegito Blue is scary. I don't know how anyone else feels, but that's the experience I've had so far in the few hours he's been out.
Yeah, so I've played him a little bit as well. Mainly I tried him on fusions, and I have him at 4 stars, and he can still dish out quite a good amount of damage for low stars. As you said, this is an issue, and I have to say, just for the animation, his green card is just so much fun to use. Just because you see it here on the screen, this fake Kamehameha, and I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun playing him, but I also know that I need to learn the kit better. Because I have this feeling, I don't know, I talked to Sunblade earlier, he also said, like, with Dokkan, you have the leaks so much earlier, you have more time to prepare, and this time we had the leaks, like, a bit of more less than a day in advance, I think. And it's 10 units that you pretty much have to kind of try and learn what they're doing.
You count the X's as units, bro?
Okay,
it is pretty early. I mean, it's hard to completely gauge how effective a unit is this early, but the things that speak out to me right now, it's definitely that green card, 100%.
Yep. Like, that green card is so cool, but also I like that his ultimate looks really dope, even if it's not the LF. Like, you just saw, him elbow the Vegito Blue. I think that's actually the LF, but he's still doing it when he's not doing it. I don't know, I really like the animations, and he's just pure damage.
Yeah, he has an awesome LF. I love his animations. They're so well polished. Like, if we just look at it from an aesthetic standpoint, then yes, for sure, it's just, he's an anniversary worthy unit to headline. He looks fantastic.
Yeah, I also like I haven't... Noctis, you can go.
I also like the cover change animations. There are like 2 different ones, depending if it's a blast or a strike card. So yeah, they really went ham on the animations for him. It's so sick. But yeah, you can also tank really good, especially the first hit he gets. So he's such a good all-rounder unit. It's unbelievable.
I was gonna say.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, from what I haven't used him, I haven't put him. Obviously, I got shafted. But from what I've seen and heard from people in the community, is that he's like one of the tankier LFs in the game, because he has 80% damage reduction, I think, but also having damage reduction, and he has type notification too as well. So overall, he looks like a pretty good unit all around, right? So no complaints from me. But we'll have to see like how well he fares like a couple of days down the line, because right now it's still way too early to like fully judge him. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I saw people on Twitter before the units were even out, and just with the previews, Zamasu was so much better already. I'm like, okay. It's like, how do you know? Because everybody's an expert.
People are rating units far too early. It's like listening to a new album. You can't just listen to it in a day and say like, oh, it's trash, it's great. You gotta takes a minute.
Yeah,
you gotta wait.
Yeah, they just listen to the first song and judge you.
Yeah, it's different from the other songs you suck. That's how it is. Prof, you said you faced him a couple of times. How do you feel? I'm assuming you didn't summon on any of the banners, right? So you don't have him?
No, I summoned on the future banner. For me, I fought a couple 6-star Zamasus, and I think I found a 6-star Gogeta. The Gogeta was decently tanky, but like a drop combo or leading into the attack, whatever. He wasn't hard to kill at all. I no issues. Zamasu felt very, very squishy. He felt like he was dealing damage every time I got hit by him, but he felt exceedingly easy for me to take out. So obviously this is day one, so most people have these units at like 6-star, and I have an excessively overstated team, so keep that in mind. I'm just when Vegito Blue came out last year, he was undoubtedly like a 2 to 4-star unit. You were just taking W's off everybody, right?
Yeah.
This is not the same effect. And by no stretch of the imagination did these banners come out and then redefine the meta. So I think the units are fantastic and solid, but I don't think he's as big of a splash as Vegito Blue. I'm still actually debating in my head which one I like more, because the strike manipulation every time you do a strike card is otherworldly kind of power, right? But we'll have to see. Everybody else has pretty much been saying we gotta let this bake in the oven a little bit more to see how we feel about him.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll go over to the next unit, and that is half corrupted fusion Zamasu, or corrupted merge Zamasu, whatever you want to call it. ZVG, how do you feel about him?
All right, so I did summon for Zamasu because obviously with God Key, and obviously I feel like his banner is better. But when it comes to Zamasu, the thing that I've seen that a lot of people were saying is that his defenses are like pretty bad. Like, he's very easy to take care of, but his damage is way better than Gogeta's from what I've heard from people. I haven't really used him or faced him. But yeah, his green card being AoE is kind of like, it's kind of good but kind of bad as well, because obviously it's a double-edged sword. If you land it, it's pretty good. If you miss it, you're pretty much wide open to take damage and just obliterate, right? But the issue that with Zamasu, I feel like, is on God Key, if you're running him and Vados, you're setting up your team for failure, because those two units are so squishy that if you make one wrong move, you're pretty much gonna be losing a unit at that point, right? But overall, I feel like he's pretty good. His damage is pretty good. He gives death buffs when he dies, which is always nice. I mean, I always have units that do give death buffs when they die, just because when they die, you're not really, you're losing something, but you're also gaining something as well. And his -1 to card draw speed is actually pretty good. I mean, it limits your opponent's combos, all that good stuff. It gets damage up pretty good, and he also ramps up pretty quickly, because I think every card he uses, he gains like what, 5% or something, and he gains up to like 60%. So his damage ramps up. He nullifies endurance when he pops his main ability with any attack. I always love those abilities, way better than if they just nullified on their ultimates, because now you can nullify with like tap attacks, tab shots, all that good stuff.
Just
so
like
yeah, I feel like overall he's a overall I feel like he's a good unit, but I feel like the defense is where he really falls short. So you're gonna really need to like star up this guy. But from what I've heard from people is that he feels pretty powerful. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that statement is true. He is super damn strong. I really, really, really like his kit. I find him a lot of fun. The green card being like UI Goku's long animation obviously hurts him, but there's something about units that just command the field with, getting vanished back when they're forcing switches and stuff like that. But Zamasu's green card, giving you a 3 timer count lock-in and you go type neutral is awesome. He feels like Broly to me, just a little bit stronger in that he just has far higher damage inflicted passives out the get-go. So him, Kid Buu, Broly, all these units, just if you're playing them well, they reward you well, because your opponent playing defensively translates to more damage for him. It's awesome. I think it's awesome. The blue card giving you a green card is really damn smart as well. It's the whole thing is just really cool. And then obviously his LF is the bee's knees. I think his LF is awesome too. Some people think it's plain. I think it's really awesome LF. He's just too big.
I think it's plain.
I think it's
He's
funny
just
that
too
he
big.
has death buffs and an LF.
Yeah.
But dude,
You get some goodies out of the guy if you lose him. If you're you get PV'd and he gets rushed, well, you still get some benefit out of him because he provides death buffs. He feels like a solid all-arounder, but man, he's awesome. He's just such an awesome unit to me.
yeah,
I feel like his regular ultimate is better than his left to me personally, because the regular left is just like punches over and over again, but the regular ultimate he throws the whole sun at you. So I feel like that's for me personally. I feel like his regular ultimate is better than the left. And his left is like way too long too. Like it's hours, bro. Hours.
But
Dude,
those are all
it's
LFs.
Divinity. He has to really smack you down. He has to show that he's dominant. I just love that Cyclone like somersault slash that he does. It just seems so cool to me. It's just extra finesse for no reason. He's like, yeah, I'm a god. I'm just gonna kill you the most stylish way possible. It's so extra, but it's still so cool.
I'm a god.
I
Screw
haven't
you.
compared him next to him, but I feel like he makes Topo feel small. I don't know how he pulled it off.
I think his arm
But-
is as big as Topo. Just his arm.
Yeah, I'm like watching it from the player point of view. I think this looks fine, but the other way around, he's huge. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen footage of them fighting. Now we're seeing them both punch each other. This is like freaking
this is
Giant.
weird.
slug hulks like wailing on each other.
It's
Like
Goliath
this is
versus Goliath.
goofy. One
What
of
I
my
really-
stream comments wanted to see the jeering counter versus his fist.
My favorite thing is if you're on the receiving end of him attacking you, he has a very sinister, psychotic, murder movie villain like look on his face. He just looks like there's no emotion coming through him. He's just there to rip you apart, and I find that so intimidating with the character. And blast cards from him honestly look kind of stupid.
With the one
It
arm.
doesn't make any sense. He has like this, like steel pillar like giant arm, and then these teeny tiny key blasts coming out of it. Looks goofy.
Well, I thought all
Also-
his animations looked good. I guess I didn't pay too much about the blast armor, but his cover change feels sluggish. It's like it's drawn out or something. I don't know. I don't like his cover.
I've never.
He also has a very niche passive on his strike and blast card, which inflict like 10% more damage against Saiyan units.
True.
You guys think we will see this more without attack?
I mean, could be like I don't know. So hybrids against regions, or androids against hybrids, or Saiyans, or whatever. I mean, it's
I feel like
probably
they're
just.
testing something
Yeah.
with that.
I mean, it's to make units for maybe more interesting because it's not even taking up like a slot of the unique. It's just like a strike card effect, right?
So I think it goes without saying that this man fills the hole in the God Key players' hearts on the region, Red Key.
The red god key, yeah.
Red key.
Oh yeah.
Red
Dude,
key.
Yeah,
I
I was
still feel
jumping
like-
on my words there.
I still feel like a Zenkai raid for Garki is coming very soon, bro. I just don't like the fact that you wait for Garki for so long is another. But that's just me personally. But I feel like a raid Zenkai Garki is gonna come sooner or later, like what they did with Gogeta
The
Blue.
old Zamasu.
Oh, imagine, dude, that'd be so
Okay.
hilarious. That'd be so hilarious as a Masu replacing as a Masu on Garki. That'd be funny.
I've already called it out on my stream. It feels appropriate right now.
Dude, that pissed me off so much. I spent so much on this Red Zamasu, the corrupt one, and then the OG Red Zamasu gets a Zenkai, and then he's just 10 times better.
Well, no, you bench him for your Zamasu, and then you got an extra fist.
The arm grows.
I think you're good with one. No. All right. So outside of Zamasu, basically, one question actually: which team do you think he fits better on? Since he buffs God Key, future powerful opponent.
I mean, God Key for sure, because they're the ones that definitely needed the red. I mean, they have everything else. They have one of the best supports in the game. All the other fighters are super strong and just ridiculous, and they got all the cover change and disrupt. He just needed to fill in the type role, so everything else is set for him. He just needed to show up. He fits best on God Key, but he comfortably fits on powerful opponent too. I feel like they are trying to morph them to being like these units where they're a one-man show and they're going to command the battlefield if you don't play right around them. I think that's what they're trying to do with powerful opponent, and he does that amazingly well.
Well, you can now do a full color wheel of supreme damage, and I think just for that fact alone, that's his best team.
God Key or PO?
It's all of them.
All of them.
The supreme damage.
Yeah.
There's
of
Vegito Blue, Gogeta Blue, him,
okay.
UI, and all their Z abilities kind of flow into each other.
Kind of makes sense. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the most optimal team, but I mean, you got full LF style points on your opponent at that point. You know?
But no
that's
Zenkai.
the true in game. No, man, that's the true in game of Legends.
Getting a full LF supreme damage team. That looks cool.
Oh yeah.
But then you need those full Z plus equips.
That's step 2.
Exactly. So next part of the
S
plan.
equips.
Alrighty. I would say we can move on to Kefla. Noctis, why don't you tell us what you think about Kefla?
Oh god, Kefla is a unit that I haven't played yet, and I only hear, like, let's say bad things about her. But yeah, she seems to be rewarding aggressive gameplay, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to like work it out because she only gets like what 60% vanish gauge back, and you get comboed immediately if you don't have your vanish, or rather you used your vanish attack, they vanished, and then you don't have it because you only gain 60% back. But yeah, she's just missing something. I mean, the nullify cover is really good on the main ability, right? But there, from my opinion, she's missing a heal, but she gets it on the green card. I don't know how to feel about her, to be honest. She seems quite lackluster in my opinion. How about you guys?
I have no
Also,
idea. I'm saying
wait.
about Kefla.
One more point. She doesn't buff Universe Survival Saga, and that throws me off. I despise that fact. Why is she buffing Rival Universe instead of buffing the whole Universe Survival Saga? Like, why?
The bigger question is, why are those two teams different? Like,
Because
just
Rival
merge the
Universe
teams.
is
That's another
basically
point.
USS without U7, right?
Exactly.
It's all about the perspective of it. So if you imagine yourself as Universe 7, then they're a rival universe. But if you're included in that entire event, I know it seems stupid, but that's probably the logic that they're trying to use around them.
That's what I
I
think.
feel like they also want to engage characters that are from the Rival Universe that didn't appear especially in the saga, or that version didn't appear in the saga. For example, that Purple Hit, he didn't appear in that saga, like that version of him, but they wanted to have him on that Rival Universe team, so it's kind of weird. But I feel like that's why they split those tags. Those different variants have a fit on that team.
You think she beats Bergamo though?
Yeah.
You think she does?
No, do you think she does? 'Cause I don't see her beating him.
No, I feel like she was designed more to fit the red slot for female warriors, less so for rival universe. I don't know about how anyone
Yeah.
else feels, but she didn't come off as that impressive when I used her. I wasn't sure if it's because it's a symptom of using her at low stars, or the idea is that she's absolutely ran with autos for her to capitalize on the crazy support capabilities. But out of the whole bunch, there's nothing like outstanding, outlandish, or overly impressive of what she can do. I guess her main ability, getting rid of cover changes, is nice, and her being able to restore vanish if you make the opponent vanish is nice as well. But I don't know. She didn't hit very hard when I was using her on my teams.
How many stars do you have her at?
3.
Okay.
So I don't know. I was not impressed. She felt like a standard unit. I usually tend to think of units that are pairing alongside anniversary units to be just like slightly exceptional as well. But she just seemed like an all-star unit to me. She didn't do anything that seemed overly impressive.
So to that
Yeah,
point,
she's
would
like
you
missing
have
something.
would
yeah.
you have said like Rage Trunks, Merch Zamasu, like Super Saiyan 4 Full Power Goku or Omega were better in this way, or
If you consider at the time when they came out, they definitely were. I think a lot of us were impressed with what they could do. I know now they don't look that impressive because of power creep, but when they came out, whatever role they had to satisfy, they did a really, really, really good job. I think we were all impressed with those units.
Well, like back then though, like even with the first anniversary, the new God Key units were undoubtedly the strongest, and Super Vegito was undoubtedly the strongest. Like nobody would dare tell you that he wasn't the best, right? And I think that due to Zenkai, what are they gonna do? Drop a full set of units that is undoubtedly the best past Zenkai? That would invalidate every unit in the game in one patch. And so I think that's the design issue that they're gonna have with that. I think the units are fine, but like we're talking about Kefla, for me, I was more impressed by Launch. When it comes to the girls team, I'm more impressed by Zenkai Red Gogeta for the Fusion team, and Rival Universe. I like Bergamo more, right? And then there's speculation, and we're about to touch on the purple Vegeta. Oh, sorry, Vegito Blue that just came out, right? But I feel like if they do Zenkai the Super Vegito, he'll fall prey to the very same thing. Like, because right now he does seem kind of optimal for purple on them, but I feel like Kefla just doesn't have a home outside of fandom. Like she looks solid. I really want to see the limit you could push to getting her vanish back when she gets her attack dodged. But it looked like it was 60%, and so she's not going to get the full bar back.
Right.
So
But then again,
I'll need to see the unit more.
Yeah, the question is, do you need the full bar back? Like, if your opponent, let's say you, I'm guessing the scenario this is going to be useful in is you dodge a blast card, your opponent tap punches you, and then while they tap punch you, you already restore some of your vanish gauge. So I'm not sure if it's not going to be enough. You know what I mean?
Or if your opponent dodges your vanish gauge while your vanish is full, does it consume one of it? Like, this is something I haven't tested yet.
Just like they nerfed the cover change for UI Goku and stuff, where now it consumes one even if it doesn't work, unless it's nullified, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I fought versus her several times, and she just exploded. Like, no issues whatsoever. And like I wasn't really taking damage from her either. She was just another red unit.
I mean, what Palm said really could work out when you like really pressure the opponent and have your Rising Rush, so you bait your opponent to do like a blast attack again because he thinks you don't have the vanish back yet, and then you just pop your Rising Rush. I guess there could be a situation where you could abuse it as aggressive gameplay or a counter gameplay, but yeah, 60% is, I don't know, man.
I guess we'll have to see.
Could be
more.
better.
So you're saying basically she doesn't really fill any role in all of her teams? Is that how I understood it?
Well, I think that if you're gonna pick up and start the game right now, the Fusion banner is an entire team for you, ready for you to summon, right?
Yeah.
Even Zamasu is a Fusion unit, right?
Yep.
And so
The red one too.
So yeah, the jackpot unit on the banner invalidates her, to a degree at least. But yeah, I think that to that degree she helps revive the Fusion team. But I'm pretty sure you can still get the Red Gogeta free to play. And so he's just a better unit. And that's just my opinion, at least. I think most of the community is probably going to agree with that as well.
I mean, also Red Gogeta, you have Zenkai stats, you have some gimmicks, you have the green card if you can land it. His ultimate is really good. So yeah.
He's got a feigning blue card. He can win you the fight on just one lucky blue.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Man, I've been frustrated with that a few times. Alrighty, so I would say we can move on to, as Prof already said, Senior Vegito Blue. And ZVG, are you impressed with him?
Yeah. So I did pull him and I haven't used him yet, but I feel the one thing that I spoke about in the breakdown for him is the fact that his stats are just like, why did they butcher his stats that bad, man? Honestly, I feel like the stats are his main weakness, but also the fact that he needs 25 timer counts to actually start putting out damage, because he does get 40% damage, I think, and 25% damage reduction. So once that 25 timer count passes, I mean, he's pretty good. I've seen he does a lot of good damage, and his green card is pretty nifty. It destroys Dragon Balls, it locks you in. And what you can do with green cards that is very similar to Jiren's, where like if you lock them in and use a blast card and they dodge it, it's just instant Rising Rush. But you also have to be patient because they might perfect vanish you, right? So it's like a double-edged sword at that point. But other than that, it's pretty good. I mean, his ultimate looks nice. His green card animation looks phenomenal. Like, I love his green card animation so much. It just looks so good. But overall, I don't really have any complaints about it other than like his stats and the fact that he needs to like ramp up a bit. His support is okay, nothing too crazy, just there, 20%. That's fine. I think on future he'd probably better than Purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, because I feel like when it comes to like purples nowadays, they really need to like deal a lot of damage, because LS Super Saiyan Goku exists, right? And he's the best green in the game, so. I haven't used him yet, but hopefully for me he does work out well. But what do you guys think about this Vegito idea?
Yeah, I think you kind of nailed everything that I was going to say. I feel like he's a jack of all trades unit. He's really good. I think when it came to satisfying the purple slot that good old Fusion Warriors needed, he checks off all the boxes. I like everything that he does. He's awesome. I like it a lot. I really like his ultimate. I love the idea of getting your Vanish right back with that. It's really cool. Plus, it's ultra flashy as well. He's a good unit. I mean, there's nothing too crazy to say.
That's not an active. That's not on hit, right?
Activation.
It's just an activation.
Yeah, like Bardock.
Oh yeah. That is phenomenal. Yeah, I love ultimates that have that where like even if you miss it, you still have a chance to like get out of that situation. That's pretty nice. I do like that a lot.
Yeah, I think the main statement, and I think ZVG is the one who said it, is for a long time, pretty much everybody went for this Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta for the purple slot on Future. I think especially since this unit is a 1% unit and you can multi-Z power him, he's going to nudge him out of that slot. I just think his kit overall is far more impressive. That Vegeta was never really one for damage unless you really got cooking. So I really like this Vegeta. I think he's a really good option for people trying to craft a fusion team right now. I do think in the near future, a lot of people are speculating that Super Vegito Zenkai. So if that does come true, then you'll probably lose the spot there. But you know, you maybe run 2 purples, who knows? But for now, the unit is really cool, and I really like that he's got Blast Armor, I think, on his green and his ultimate.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, so it's kind of like, it's funny how they kind of inverted the Blast Armor situation with both of the fusion units, Kefla and Vegito Blue, where before they had Blast Armor on Strike. Well, okay, not quite, but so Kefla, for example, she had Blast Armor on Strike, but not on main, on her ultimate. Now it's the other way around. And for Vegito Blue, he had Blast Armor on Strikes, but not on his green, and now I think they switched that one around too, right? So now he doesn't have Strike Blast Armor. And I remember when you're playing like the same character and they actually have the same model, you really need to be careful to know which card you can use against blast cards.
Yeah, that's got me before as well. I'll think I got Blast Armor, but I don't. And then I die.
Yeah, or you use your main ability, it's like, wait, hey, where's my ultimate? Ah, crap.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about his green card? That it doesn't change.
Been in Dragon Ball
I wish
Reduction,
that
kind of annoying.
I wish it did change, but either way, it's like I think the biggest advantage is the fact that you can rise and rush after you lock the main, but after that, it's very tricky to like use since it's like Jiren's where like he gets a full hand, he gets advantage back, and then what? Right? You're back into neutral again. So it's like it's still a 50-50 if you're gonna like take advantage of it or not. But with Vegito's, he takes away a Dragon Ball. So I feel like even if you can't really capitalize off it afterwards, you still take away something from the opponent. I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah, Dragon Ball
Like,
manipulation.
do you guys think
Go ahead.
the no switching has a big impact on his green card since it doesn't chain?
Not
I
really.
think
It doesn't
the
have
game's
like a
good.
big impact, but it gives you a chance to like get your rise and rush off if you play your if you play correctly.
Yeah, because
but
the thing
other
is,
than that, it's not really like a big thing.
yeah, because the thing is, when you hit him with the green card, he gets his vanish back if he didn't have it before, right?
Yeah. So it's a 50-50 after you land it, because now it's like, okay, what are you gonna do? What am I gonna do? This and that. So it's like, it's not really the no switching is kind of like just there, but otherwise, I feel like it's alright.
I wish you could like at least combo a blue card afterwards. Like if not a real combo, like at least a
Yeah.
blue card. So the no switching can have an effect without gambling.
Yeah, kind of like Broly.
Well, I believe, doesn't it blow up like the special arts, right? So a lot of units are gonna have counters, and this is gonna let you immediately chain into an attack, get the vanish out of them, and then like we've been discussing, you control the field at that point. They got no vanish, and you've probably got another 2 to 3 timer counts that they're stuck with you. I mean, you get the sidestep, you can swap in, get your own rush in, go to the right appropriate kind of damage. I mean, you could obviously play with a million situations, and then more importantly, in my opinion, the freaking you get your 50 key back, level 1 card draw speed, and destroy Dragon Ball. So they are not rushing you. There's no way that that's the counter attack versus your blast arts. And I think you just blew up their green cards.
Yes.
So Super Saiyan 3 Goku isn't
Green card, yeah.
countering you, and you're not having hit or any of these units using their green cards. You just blew them up. We're looking at like Super 17 and all these units that are kind of everywhere. That's like half of someone's hand sometimes, you know? Like I feel like if you could combo off of this card, it would just be busted. It would be one of the best green cards in the game.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. True. So what teams do you prefer this guy on? Fusions? Future? You're going crazy, say Saiyans? God Key?
I had fun with him on Fusion Warriors. I threw him in there just because they needed a new purple. So I was trying to see, like, could this be sort of the direction they're trying to go with what they wanted him to do? But I feel like he might work really damn well on Future. Maybe even God Key, pair him alongside Vados. You got an offensive guy with a little bit of support paired alongside Vados. I don't know.
That's like a good thing
Double
because he
stack
draws
up
a
some
card.
crazy damage out there.
He draws a card on switch in, and Vados gives you the key.
Yeah.
That's really good.
If you're flicking that LBR button on, I'd still prefer Goku Black, the new rose that came out for him.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, me too.
obviously that's ideal situations. Like I said, LBR turned on. Most people are going to have him like 4-star at most.
And then there's
But-
the fact that you can actually normally multi-Z power that Vegito versus the
That's
Rosé,
what I think.
right?
I think that that Vegeta has pretty much been the premier purple slot for that reason on God Key since he came out. And I think this Vegito has now taken that spot.
Because he's not an LF unit, pretty much.
Yeah, people are going to be able to get this unit 9-star in the next couple of weeks if they're spending a little bit of money. And if you pull a copy of this unit and you start investing in them now, I can tell you what, that kit will age well. Maybe I'll come to eat those words here in a month or so, and someone will clip me on that. But his kit looks like it's solid.
Yeah, fair enough. Alrighty. I would say we can move on because we have quite a few more units that we want to talk about. And we're going to move over to the Shadow Dragons, and we're going to start with Ice Shenron. Yeah, Prof, have you fought him at all?
Yeah, he didn't fare well versus my team.
Dude,
I saw
Prof,
that.
I was watching your stream, bro, and it was just so funny. Prof was like, alright, finally I get to fight Ice Shenron. Oh, 2 shots in? Well, I don't care anymore.
Never mind.
Yeah, that was literally the opening.
Bro, that
the
was
opening attack.
hilarious, bro. And he forfeited
just-
immediately
just
after,
gone.
too. Holy crap, he forfeited immediately after.
I think I had another fight versus him, and he still felt like paper, but he kept increasing my sub count reduction. It's kind of annoying, but it didn't really do anything to me. I don't know. I immediately after experiencing both of these units, kind of realized that the hype around the GT banners is gonna like explode and die immediately because people want the Gogeta. Like you even mentioned it, they're gonna pull their copy Gogeta and then start hitting that Zama banner. And I wasn't impressed. Obviously we need to see high star counts, but you know, if I'm 2-shotting him right now, it's gonna be 3-shotting him at 9 stars. So I don't know if I'm gonna be too concerned about this unit.
Because yeah, personally, I've played him a bit, but again, I didn't really learn his kit too well. But I like his main ability, which is kind of like the what's it called, the extreme final flash or like super Vegeta, where it takes the opponent's vanish and basically gives you a free blue card. And if you use that well, I guess you can pretty much Rising Rush whoever. Somebody said you can use this and then switch over to Nova Shenron, use their main ability, which locks in, destroys all cards, and then just rush.
Yeah, it was Gresh, I think. He mentioned in his breakdown that you can like pop the 2 main abilities immediately after each other, and it's just a free Rising Rush at that point.
Yeah.
Which I find is gonna be pretty nifty, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Locking and then stealing the vanish and go.
Yeah, and then just rushing like that's pretty beast, not gonna lie. But I feel like at higher stars, these guys are probably gonna be better than VB and Kefla. I don't know. I just have a feeling about these 2 guys, man. I feel like we really haven't seen like the true potential of these units yet. We'll have to see, but I just feel like they're nifty.
The 2 golden Pycons.
Especially Nova. Yeah, yeah.
My initial impression, I was thinking like, I just don't see them replacing the new GT Senkais we just got or Gogeta. Like if you're kind of, getting to the fight, Super 17, almost a guaranteed pick, right? I don't see a situation where you don't really want to run him on the GT team.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you're pulling for Gogeta, right?
Yeah.
And so they got I guess a yellow and a blue unit that you got to take with you if you want to. Sure. I think their Z abilities are fine. I think they'll slot in on the GT team, but I mean, we've spoken about it before. I just don't think there's enough hype around GT for people to go all in on these units to make them shine. I think their kits are extremely solid if you push them up there, but as most units are falling prey to, having a solid kit does not outweigh Zenkai.
Yeah, not
And
yeah. I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Goku LF would like a word, right? I think that one of the golden Pycons might actually be better than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You know, the Nova Shenron.
I mean, he is obviously. I mean, it's not really hard to be better than the LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but I feel like this guy is just better. Honestly, like I don't think anyone is saying that the LF is better than Nova, bro. The lock-in alone on Nova is just like way better than whatever this guy can do.
One thing I want to see is Nova. Like, I know he gets the Vanish Recovery. I haven't gone through all of his items to see if he could stack Vanish Recovery and get a really slippery unit out of this guy. But I don't know. I wasn't really blown away. They just, you know, kind of how Omega felt when he came out last year, where he wasn't overly oppressive, but he felt like he was definitely a good unit. That's the vibes I'm getting from these two.
But Prof, it's kind of different for you since you like are like a top 10 PvP player, so and your team is like pretty broken, right? So it's kind of hard to like.
Well, I'm not giving my impression on me being able to kill him. Obviously, I'm running Gohan, which is still considered by many to be the strongest unit, right?
Yep.
And so I'm not trying to say from that point of view, but you know, I'm not excited when I see these kits. Like I was somewhat excited when I saw the Pride Troopers, especially Dispo, but we saw how that worked out, right? Well, actually, I say that, but he's still pretty decent, right? But
You can farm Rising Rush.
yeah, farm Rising Rush, and I've actually had them do a lot of damage. Or if he gets a lucky feint, he can decide the entire fight
feint.
on that moment right there, right? And so, with these units, I'm definitely well more impressed with Ice and his ability to increase your sub count. I believe he also gets rid of your Vanish, but I don't know. I think that. Super Saiyan 4 Goku I got that unit wrong. That unit is crazy powerful, and you know, when the unit is powerful, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, not the LF one, but the purple Zenkai.
Yeah.
And then Super 17 Zenkai is as powerful they are. You got one slot you're fighting for right here, you know. And I really like this new Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He's stupid good.
I mean, it also kind of depends on what the opponent is bringing, because sometimes you can see, okay, they're bringing blue, blue, purple, or purple, purple, blue, so you want to bring a yellow. So it's kind of in these situations where I see that can make a difference. And then since we talked about niche passives before, how do you guys feel about his passive or unique, where he inflicts enemy tag girls with attribute downgrade plus 30 to all art scores for 3 timer counts when he enters the battlefield? Does that feel like it's made for Android 18?
Oh, no way. She's gonna beat him in 2 cards anyways, and when he's swap him in, she's gonna get the key back. She's just gonna flick him off her, like, no. I felt like I gotta watch the anime because one, that's 3 timer counts, so that's like a card and a half worth of activation. Yeah. She gets key when she sees the enemy, so it's gonna be almost a wash. No, I think she doesn't care at all about this man. I gotta watch the anime for that moment because I'm sure there's some kind of canon moment that's referenced.
I think somebody
to,
said that he is like beating up Pan or something.
Yeah, okay, so it's got to be reference to him beating on Pan then, because I looked at that passive and it looked like the Roshi sunglasses passive, right? To where, okay, that's nifty, but what's this actually going to do? So, I don't know. Swapping in front of 18 and giving her level 1 card draw speed to take 10 key away from her, I don't think that's going to cut it.
Yeah, I mean, counter to Kefla, Lucy says in chat. Mm-hmm. Right.
True.
Yep, she needs a counter already. Ice versus Pan as on Xenoverse 1 Story 2. Okay, well, I don't remember. I watched GT maybe once and a half, and that was enough for me. We're gonna move on to the other Shadow Dragon. His name is Nova, and he's hot. Do you think so, Ryuden?
To be honest, I never had much of an opportunity to face/use the character, so I can't say too much about how he feels on the field. But I think he has a pretty nifty kit. It's a little unfortunate that he's also yellow, just because poor Super Saiyan 4 Goku already had a hard time, justifying that yellow slot, but now he's certainly booted off there. I think he's good. I like the way that he has this little mono a mono passive where, after a couple timer counts, he's going to get his card draw speed going up, he's going to get ki, and then his main ability basically just saying, all right, the gloves are off, we're going to kill all our cards, we're all going to be stuck, just me and you, but you get your vanish back with the card draw speed, is basically set up for you just cornering your opponent and then just going to town, just completely wiping them out. I think I faced the character once where that situation happened though, and it's very strong. It's a very strong passive, very strong combo, I have to say. I don't know if anyone else has had experience facing him.
I think maybe once, but I don't remember how it went anymore. I used him once or twice, but I mean, I was so tired, I forgot that his green card is a barrier, which is nice. I also forgot that Ice's green card is like a strike card barrier, just like, Gogeta has. So those things are cool, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, the characters are still relatively new. I think people are still trying to get around figuring out how they want to use them. And, some people were not as fortunate to even pull the character, or they're just sticking, or they tried them and they're just sticking with, their forte team, their ace team that they're already invested in. So maybe hard to come across them, but of the times that I have faced him, which is like once or twice, that's usually how the situation went. If you let them get the opportunity to lock you in and you give them the time of day, then they're gonna make you feel a lot of pain. Don't give them the opportunity.
Yeah, that lock-in is sorry, go ahead, Prof.
I was just trying to say between the two of them, I think that I really like that GT actually has a blue that's not a meme, because Super Baby either regens the infinity or it's just useless. I got a good blue out of this patch. That's all I wanted to say.
No.
I mean, they could have made their stats better, in my opinion, so they shine more. Oh, especially damage-wise. And hype-wise, they're so, like, no one really cares, like all you guys already said. Like, they could have made them better so people actually want to get them because they're really good.
Wait, you don't want to summon for the cardboard bat wings?
I don't want to summon for reskin Batmans, not really, no.
Come on.
Honestly, what I think that they should have done for the GT banner is like, these guys should have honestly been with like the LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku banner. Right, and if on the anniversary they bring like Oob or like some transforming or something, bro. Like just the two Shenrons are just not gonna be hype enough, and they know that, and that's why they have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on the banner, and they know that people are gonna summon for Gogeta anyway. No matter how trash his banner is, people are gonna summon because it's Gogeta. Right, so they took that into account, and then they just released them alongside him. But I feel like these units should have been with other Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
I feel like when they were thinking about these banners, they were like, okay, how do we sell GT? Okay, we gotta have Gogeta. Well, if he's the only unit on there, well, we'll introduce a fusion meta. So they made this really hype fusion team over here on this. We're kind of hype for most people on the Zamasu banner. You can go pick up all that, and then you're like, but I need Gogeta, and then you finish off getting your Gogeta. They even have like Super Vegito on there. It all feels ominous. Like they're just trying to get you a whole fusion team if you get the whole collectible summon them all stuff.
Yeah, and if you don't like fusions, you could also use them on Saiyans when you get them to 6 stars, so even Saiyan players are getting something out of it, right?
I was so happy that they gave him Saiyan on his Z ability. That opens up so many doors for this unit. GT Saiyan and Fusion. This man, if you were like thinking about dropping a lot of money to get a crazy star count, this man will age really, really well.
Yep, I mean that's going to be fun. Just trying him out, trying him out on different teams, right? As well, because that gives them like a whole range of teams you can try him at. I mean, you could even run him on like with yellow, green, yellow with Super Saiyan 3 and #1 Vegeta if you wanted to.
What's funny about that is that's something that I brought up with the prof before, saying that would be an interesting little combo to do. And speaking of the little like green, yellow setup, the EX Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks actually is a green and yellow Z ability buffer, which I found interesting because I've been waiting a long time for another one of those, and now they brought one out. Maybe they were hinting at that idea. Maybe they wanted you to welcome the idea of running, green, yellow.
So my Hail Mary this anniversary, 'cause I was looking for a hybrid unit, was that Gotenks. I saw him there, and I was like kind of grumpy that he was an EX. I'm like, how am I going to snipe an EX? Then a ray of hope hit me. I'm thinking, all right, what if he's like EX Gogeta? Because when that unit dropped, despite him being an EX, he felt like he was a Sparking Plus unit. It was crazy good, right? And I was like, okay. And then I saw that Z ability, and then my heart sunk again. I know he's good because we didn't have too much of the yellow-green Z abilities. I think we only had Yamcha, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
But, man. I think, by the way, just noting on that Gotenks, I think since you look at Kid Goten and Kid Trunks, both their original Sparkings and their transformations have both been yellow and green, and this new Gotenks is a yellow-green buffer. I feel like it's ominous that they plan on doing something with a kids team eventually with those colors.
Maybe.
Sounds super, super exciting for Ryuden. maybe, who cares?
Oh, whatever.
Nah, but we'll see when the time comes, I guess. All right. So I mean, we have gotten a whole bunch of extreme units, but I would probably go over them in like one go. How do you feel about them? Who do you think is the best of the batch? And which one do you actually consider playing, Noctis?
Neither. Oh, sorry.
Oh god, you caught me off guard with the EX units. I got a bunch of them, but I was like, oh please no, I want the Sparking units. And most of the units I got were like the GT ones. I didn't even get the Rosé, which has like a sick art in my opinion. But yeah, can't really say too much about them. But the idea about running green, yellow is really damn good with the Gotenks, like you guys already mentioned, because if you run Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku, and the Vegeta, everyone has like that type no ability, so you can really abuse it and don't get like destroyed by a purple unit. But other than that, I mean, if I recall correctly, they don't even have like that good of a Z ability. I think Rosé has like what, double defense for Godki?
Yeah,
if I'm not
Godki
mistaken.
only.
He's 30% if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 14 stars though.
Like, I was hoping he was going to have the future powerful opponent as the ability, kind of like how
Yeah.
the EX Trunks that just came out has a toned down version of future Gohans. I was looking for
Like,
that.
That's why I don't really bother with him, because he would be nice to have, but he's Godki, and Godki is so stacked team-wise, like character-wise, bench-wise. Godki is like one of the most stacked teams, so there's just no fit for him.
Yeah.
Although you want to try him out or showcase him, but other than that, there's like no fit for him. He doesn't even buff future to test him out there. It's straight up Godki alone. But yeah.
Yeah. I
Other
feel
than
like
that, I really don't know what to say about them. Like, low stats, like always, for the extreme units. The Red Gogeta was just the only one who really, like, shined as an extreme unit who came out on a big banner, in my opinion. So these are, like, nice to have, I would say. Mostly, I use extreme units when it comes to the bench, and they don't really provide that for me. So yeah, how do you guys feel, though?
they're all
Am I
trash.
missing something about their kids that makes them exceptional in any way?
No,
No,
they're all
you said
trash.
exactly my thought. The Gotenks fall short even for the EX buffers. He doesn't even go up to a 50%. I think 17 and 17 and Super Baby 2, I think they go to 32 or 33% for their Z abilities. But I mean, that's all the way to 14 star. And are you really going to be 14 starring an EX unit?
In a year,
they're
maybe.
already have competence. Maybe, yeah. And by then they're completely out of the meta. So I feel like they missed the mark with every single one of the EXs. To slight rebuttal, not being picky, but when Whis came out in the first anniversary, he was a monster. He had higher stats than most Sparking units, and he's held a a useful slot on the God Key team. Even to this day, you can make some gimmicks
Those
with
green
him.
cards for sure.
Oh yeah, so they haven't been shy in making really good units, and frankly, I was really terrified of them making a hero unit that trolls me for the next year.
New Hercule,
But,
pretty much.
yeah, I was looking for which free unit is it? Which one is it? Was I thinking, right? As I'm looking through all the units, is it going to drive me nuts because they didn't seem shy in the past in making these incredibly good EX and hero units on the anniversary, but I don't know. I maybe we'll see when this Gogeta Zenkai comes out on Wednesday, I believe. Like he's kind of gonna be free to playish. I think they said they're gonna be giving him to us.
Let's hope so.
But I don't know. I wasn't really impressed with any of the supposedly low tier pickups this time.
Yeah. What about you, Z? Oh, he went to eat lunch, I guess.
Dude, I've been here this whole
You're an
time.
extreme
I've been here this whole. Dude, I've been talking. I was like, where's that kid? Oh my god! I just pulled up palms here.
Nice, but
But yeah, I was saying, okay, when it comes to these EXs, listen, they're trash. Like, serve no purpose. ZLBs are garbage. Like, they serve zero purpose. It's kind of sad now that EXs are just like garbage. Like every time they come out, because we're in a Zenkai meta now, so it's like they just cannot compete whatsoever. I mean, last year we had Vegito, who was like, he was making waves, man. Like he was on teams, he was doing damage, he was tanking, all that good stuff. But now these EXs are just like, okay, they're never gonna see play whatsoever, and that's just how EXs are gonna be moving forward, unless they're like super like broken, or like an EX or like a Zenkai EX, like Future Gohan. Other than that, these EXs are trash, man.
Let me be a devil's advocate really quick. I got some friends that main Android, and apparently they were excited that Super 17 is a purple. Main Android, honestly, I don't think that if you're hungry for a color that badly, you can probably just live without it. But apparently Super 17 isn't the worst thing on the Androids team. But maxing out an EX unit, because like as you just mentioned in your little spiel, like we're in a Zenkai meta. You're really gonna take a 3 to 6 star EX 17 and throw him versus Vegeta or whatever, 18, etc. It's just, and plus if you're running the Androids, you probably have way better options already at your disposal.
yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that we can say about these units. So we have a couple of more smaller topics, and those are just basically all the events that they released today, and that they also announced in the video and stuff. So Raiden, how do you feel about the content we got so far?
It feels like they're kind of holding off on extra stuff for the other parts of the celebration, but for now we do have this interesting little, like, I don't want to say gacha in a gacha, but it's another little option to sort of test your luck. You get some goodies over here if you collect the coins. It's like a little fun little, I don't know, you just, it's like a summon for a bunch of items. If you're fortunate enough, I'm pretty sure you can get good old multi-Z power. And then if you, if you roll 1,000 of them, you get the Legends Limited stuff.
600,
something like that.
600 multi-Z power.
Yeah, it's basically a gacha within a gacha. It's pretty neat. I'm not going to go anything against them doing something new. It's pretty neat. I'll go with that. And then I think we're expecting a raid within the next few days, but we got the story event too, the unique one that they did similar to the second year with the theme versus theme kind of thing. But outside of that, it doesn't seem like we've gotten too many crazy things right now. In terms of the content, I mean, if this is what they're starting with, then okay, but hopefully things pick up for some more extra things to do. I don't know if anyone else feels similar.
I mean, there wasn't really that much yet, right? So we got what did we got? This Hoi Poi event. We got the farming for the Yardrat Goku, which means that he is probably getting a Zenkai soon, maybe. But then again, we already got that for the Green Gohan earlier, and nothing happened, right?
Yeah, and we got the merged Zamasu event, that battle against the deity thing,
Yes.
which you can complete in like under 10 minutes, but yeah.
think this Goku, I mean, he's gonna be Red Super Saiyan free to play, and if they follow the Piccolo style, like the Green Gohan, might have actually been dangerous to release at the time that he had his roll around. Like a Green hybrid that actually buffs into hybrids would have been crazy for me. But I could see it if they mentioned like a revamp of this Goku at all. I could see him getting a Zenkai. He's frankly a really fun unit. I don't know if y'all remember, but his green card is a vanish if you use it. It's not a counter. It's an actual extra vanish, but you got to use it when the vanish is appropriate.
I think my only gripe with it was the dramatic camera shift didn't help you distinguish between you doing it successfully or you failing entirely. So you aren't sure. It's like, okay, did I do it and I'm behind them now, or did I fail and I'm about to get beat up?
Like if you,
because the camera changes the same time.
Like if you fail, they should play wah 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 wah.
Well,
Just something.
Yeah, Janemba is the only unit that's more confusing than him. I don't know what's happening even when I'm fighting him, but it's really, really exciting when you do land it a couple times in a row, and it feels really, satisfying. I could totally be down for him getting a Legends Road Zenkai during the anniversary. I mean, seems
Would be
okay.
neat.
Yeah, I mean, also if it could come with some chrono crystals and stuff like this, so it would also incentivize people who don't necessarily want to play Legends Road. Because the question is also, what could they do with him to make him kind of unique and usable at least? The 87th Red Super Saiyan unit. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, red, exactly. That's what I was about to say. He's got a high bar to clear to be considered relevant by any stretch of the imagination. So I think his slot would be on the Legends Road team as kind of a fun unit to run as a free-to-play team. I don't know. And that's it. Like, I wouldn't imagine him being anywhere else, because even on the Bardock team, there's way better choices.
Isn't there like 3 Super Saiyans, like red ones right now? Or like, hold on, it's Gogeta,
Ultra Q, Zenkai Red, OG Goku.
Oh my god.
Red Gogeta. There's gotta be more. But it's like, I don't know. I think the unit itself, like, is just a unique mechanic. And I really love it whenever Legends is willing to step outside their comfort zone and introduce a unit that does something completely different than we've ever seen before. And we've never seen that ability return on any kind of unit. So I would love it if they, overhauled, polished them up, and re-released them. That sounds exciting to me. Plus, its outfit is really clean.
Yeah, that's true. And it's also like a new kind of outfit. It's like unique, as you said. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we're getting the Zenkai for the Super Saiyan Gogeta. You already said that. We got the new co-op boss, which I haven't played yet. Ah, damn! I need to record to collect my 3 big coins, which are also annoying to collect these days. Has anyone played the Extreme Co-op yet at all?
Nope.
Negative.
Noctis?
No,
I
not
did.
yet.
Noctis, tell us, how is it?
Did. So I used my Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and yeah, if you have any of like Zamasu or Gogeta, it's quite easy. But if he gets you in a combo, and for Gogeta, for example, you don't have your sustained damage cut, and you take a lot of damage, but it's like Super 17. Like, you can match them on par. They can be really annoying still, but yeah, if you have the unit, it should be quite easy to do thanks to Rising Rush. But yeah, there's like nothing new added in there or different. I would say if you get hit, you take damage. Get your Rising Rush, double Rising Rush, kill them. Like, it's the same concept. Like, nothing really changed.
I think
If you get hit, you take a bunch of damage. Yeah.
Unfortunately for this raid, it is just Fusion and Shadow Dragon though. So the teams are going to be pretty restricted. Like, you're just pretty much going to, if you don't have any of the new Annie units, I guess you just run Goku Black again. I don't know, I'll have to try it later, but it looks like it's just going to be a slugfest versus 2 to 3 of those shields if you want to beat them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. All right, I think we covered most of the stuff, so we're going to Going to take a quick break before going over to questions. And as always, if you want your questions, make sure to keep your eyes peeled on our Twitter and put your questions on the weekly questions thread for the Dragon Ball Legends podcast. With that said, we'll be back in 3 minutes. So go to the bathroom, grab yourself something to drink, and meet back here in 3 minutes. All right, and we are back. The first question is, how do you feel about God Key's Precious Rue Red unit being stuck as Legends Limited? That's kind of what ZVG said earlier. I personally think this sucks and likely just wait for a Zenkai.
Same. I feel the same way. He just answered the question for me. It sucks, but like I feel like a Red Zenkai is gonna be coming real soon. So I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know, but it just feels like a Red Zenkai is gonna be coming for God Key really soon. So I feel like if you're a really hardcore God Key main and you don't really have that the CC to like get this guy out to like high stars, I feel like you should honestly save. But that's just me.
I think I agree and disagree with ZVG. If your goal is 100% the rank ladder climb, then yeah, make sure you've got the funds locked down before you really go for this unit, because if you don't pull him anything over 6-star, he's just going to evaporate versus your opponent.
Yeah.
If you want a red God Key unit because you like doing your friendly battles, I don't honestly care that he's a Legends Limited. If anything, it's a plus in his favor. When you hit the LBR button, you got him finished, right? I think we can also expect to see, hopefully at least, a red God Key unit get Zenkai'd here in the near future. And if they do, I mean, more power to the people that have red stars on the Zamasu. And if you can't afford to chase the Zamasu, got another unit. I don't see a negative to him being a red God Key, if you would. It's kind of annoying, I guess, for the God Key mains right now. They're trying to patch that hole on their team, but I think there will be a solution here soon in the form of a Zenkai.
Ryuden, what do you think?
I mean, I'm not surprised that this has happened. The fact that they've been holding off giving God Key a red, it was clear that it's all deliberate. It's just the marketing that they wanted to do, and I knew for a fact that, without a doubt, one of the anniversary units has to be a God Key, has to be red. I'm pretty sure something similar happened with the Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, where I don't know if it was God Key or Vegeta family that needed a green. And then all of a sudden he comes out and we're like, oh, of course he's a Legends Limited unit. There you go. There's that artificial, like, oh, I need this that they fabricated. So it sucks. I think it's not fun, but I'm not surprised at the same time.
Noctis, you agree, or?
Yeah, they're just abusing the weakness. People are like thirsty for that color that they are missing, because the other units that have the color on the tag are really outdated and got outshined, are pretty much useless other than bench. And then, yeah, like you guys said, they put that precious unit locked behind raids, so you go ham and get it for your main team. You waited for like a year or like half a year now. It's just, yeah, marketing stuff. Abusing the weakness.
Yep, fair enough. Sorry, I just had to laugh at Ryuden entering the contest. I like it. I'm finally a real Canadian.
Yeah, I'm the only one that can prove he's Canadian.
Exactly.
I think it's such a negative thing to look forward to, right? But we got Vegito Blue, and everybody's like, "Raw premium unit, right?"
Yeah.
Because he sucks at low stars, amazing at high. And then everybody was like, "Oh, immediately outclassed by the God Vegeta." I mean, I'm half expecting Zamasu or Red Rose to get a Zenkai announcement this week, and like at that point, this whole marketing angle will fall short. So I'm usually the one with the pitchfork, especially on my channel, like waving it at everybody. But I say just take him as a Legends. Like I think of it as a cool thing. Like if you've been waiting on Zamasu right now, you just got a Legends Limited rendition of him. How is this not the jackpot? And I think he looks goofy because he's like just massive, but I don't know. I see it as a positive thing, and usually I'm the negative Nancy in the crowd.
All right, I think we heard everybody's opinions, and
But yeah, the thing is, one second. The people are just impatient. That's why they get their stuff, like they want it right now when it's available, right? So they always wait with the Zenkai that it's like a guarantee. And then they're like, god damn it, my 2-star Zamas is now getting replaced by that 14-star Rose that just got a Zenkai, or that 14-star Red Goku with even HP bench. Yeah, most people are just impatient and they just like do it because of that, right?
Yep. That's another thing that they can manipulate in their favor, is just the fact that they know what's coming, which we don't, obviously. Because if we knew that Red Rose is around the corner, or I don't know, Zamasu or God Goku, and what his kid would look like, we might be like, meh, Zamasu doesn't look so good anymore. And obviously they don't want that. Because, I mean, in the end of the day, it's also a business that wants to make money, right? All right. Before we move on to the next question, I'm going to close that giveaway, draw a winner. Okay. And the winner is RMT70, who is definitely not Canadian. So we'll figure something out.
Rigged.
Wow,
Absolutely rigged.
Wow. His questions better not make it to any more podcasts.
Yeah.
Yep, he's banned now.
Okay, so the next question is coming from Pratu, and he's asking, what do you guys think will be in part 2 of the anniversary?
I want an ultra unit. That's all I'm gonna say. That'll make it feel like an anniversary, because it feels like there's something missing. Give me an ultra. I don't care who.
Okay.
Let's do one.
Oh, okay, I was going to ask, what unit do you want to see? And then you said, I don't care.
Oh, if I can see one Ultra Gohan, I mean, that's easy. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Eloise, I'm kidding, because we hear a lot of people saying Ultra Frieza. I want a hype unit with fire art that everybody in the community is like, cool, this is my anniversary unit. Because right now, if you don't have Chrono Crystals ready, it doesn't feel like you can really get any. 2,000 to 3,000 isn't going to save you. Give us a crazy unit to mark the occasion. And that's what I want for part 2.
Okay, what about the other guys? What are you hoping for? What would make it a great anniversary if it happened in part 2?
What would make it a great anniversary? It sounds like I don't know. I would go with Prof with the idea of an ultra character coming out, just because that is the most premium thing, and if the anniversary is intended to be the most, luxurious and most celebrated moment of the game, then it only seems appropriate. But I don't know. I don't know what would come. I'm going to assume another banner similar to what happened before. We got the Pycon and the Super Cow Ken Goku, so probably another banner is probably going to show up. We're probably going to see another event, perhaps. That's honestly all I'm expecting.
Yeah, I would. What would make it cool for me is if they surprised us with something that none of us would saw coming, like Guild versus Guild, for example, finally makes it to the game, or I don't know, something that is that we haven't seen before. So nothing like another banner, because like quite frankly, people woke up hyped for the anniversary regardless, and they summoned. So like another banner would just milk people even more, but not really give them anything back. As in like, hey, here's a new unit for you to play in PvP. I mean, yeah, that's the nature of the game, but I don't know, more variety. Like I like TOP, not everybody agrees, fair enough, but I like the mode because it's strategizing and all that stuff. So maybe something, along those lines in terms of like slightly different gameplay.
Well, not trying to be a pessimist, but I was just trying to be so positive right before, right? But I don't think Endless Raid is going to do anything but burn out the community.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not looking forward to it. I think a lot of people are looking forward to farming some resources. And if you're new to the game, you probably are looking forward to it because you haven't experienced it before. But I have a feeling that we've got some banners, we got some hype for the new units, right? And that's going to fade off in the next week or so. And then we're going to be raiding, I suppose. And then what, right? I feel like we're going to lose steam really, really fast here in a minute.
I also find it like kind of weird. They like brought it up so like hyped up. Wow, 5 weeks of a raid. And how do you guys feel? Like I was like, oh god, oh please no.
Yeah, because life the raid.
And they brought it up so hyped. They were so hyped about it, right? Like Toshi when he said it, 5 weeks of raid non-stop.
But is it non-stop though,
Oh,
or
God.
is it 5 Saturdays?
mean, didn't they say like 5 weeks long?
Yeah, so
raid
that's
or
how I'm
so?
wondering.
Yeah, I think the whole thing that they were even mentioned is how quickly we obliterated it before, so they've stretched it out. But like the whole thing that made the raid hype is like you have to be ready for it. You've got to get on within that 12-15 hour period because you want your 1,000 chrono crystals and the boss gets killed. That is why raid is hype. If raid is up all day every day and I can casually do a couple rounds of it, collect my resource, and by the end of the week I have my 1,000 chrono crystals, it's the exact same co-op grind that you have in every other mode. It is irrelevant. Nobody cares about the HP bar. So if it is 5 weeks of raid, that's 5 weeks of double co-op. You've just named my nightmare.
Somebody in chat is saying it's just 3 days every week. So maybe
3 days every
so probably
week.
like, you know, like it was before, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday or something like this. But then also the question is
3 days.
the question is also, do they have like 5 different shops? Or is it all one shop and you just split it?
Well, if every time they have the shop go up, they give the community another 1,000 chrono crystals, this will be a fire event and everybody will mark it as something that was really fun. But if it's just, you know, the same co-op boss and then it's expected that by the end of the event you'll be able to grab the 1,000 to 1,500 chrono crystals, and then there's multi-Z power and a bunch of other junk in there to just fill it up, so there's some reason for you to grind for the duration of the events, then yeah, no, I won't even chase the eraser. Because like, am I really gonna spend 4 hours doing this event to fail 4 more times?
Yeah. Now the thing is that somebody said the boss changes, but again, it's like 5,000. But one thing that just struck me when you said if they make it 5,000 chrono crystals, people will mark it down as fun. Is an event really fun just because the rewards are better?
It's a gacha game. Yes, 100%. Co-op is not fun. Most people don't actually enjoy doing co-op battles. They like the multi-Z power and how easily accessible it is. Most people don't even enjoy doing PvP in Dragon Ball Legends. They want to hit top 10k to get their 1,000 chrono crystals to do that multi at midnight when the banners go live, or they want to save it going for every banner. So nobody doing the co-op raid over and over and over and over again and obliterating that boss within 3 to 4 minutes, doing it hundreds of times, thinking anything but grind. So name of the game right now is rewards. And if the rewards are stale, then the general player base is going to say this is stupid.
All right, fair enough. Okay, before we move on to question number 3, I'm going to open one last giveaway for a UK, yes, UK, Google Play gift card. So make sure to only enter this time if you're actually from the UK, please. And yeah, the next question is coming from Marcus Maximum. What's been your favorite Legends memory so far?
Huh? Legend. Oh, this is a weird question. Honestly, Legends memory. Either when we had the Vegas showdown or when we had that Keisuke versus IC drama. Those two are like the moments that stand out to me, honestly, because the whole community came together and we were like having a good time and shit. But yeah, that'd be for me, honestly.
Yeah, what comes to my mind is the Vegas tournament when they revealed the new units, right? For example, the Super Vegito. Like, that was so hype. That was so sick. I never saw anything like that in any other gacha game. So yeah, that's easily my favorite moment.
I gotta say, it's so cheesy and I didn't even care about the units, but second anniversary, letting me play as Rage Trunks and get excited for the new units and all that. I enjoyed that. I think that was one of the best introductions they had in the game. If we're just saying like Legends overall, it was just sitting down watching the actual tournament. I'm sure a lot of people say that. I hope they do it again.
Oh, that was great, yeah.
In game, when I got to actually preview a unit for the first time and do a little fight with them, I replayed the fight. I replayed PvE for the sole purpose of getting to tinker with a unit that I was excited for, right? So
yeah, that was also really cool. Not gonna lie,
like,
yeah, that's
the
true.
community was all over Reddit and Twitter, like discussing the interactions they found. People were like purposely losing to the bot to get LF'd, I think.
Yep.
Why not?
It was fun, and like the second runner up was easily trying to figure out the first hero Hercule punching bag event. Right, I enjoyed that. I don't know if it just lost the magic, but
they haven't brought that one back in a while.
That was fun. Well, I think they brought it back in a couple of different iterations, but usually they give you like 3 to 4 fights or something, and they get like 200 chrono crystals for doing all the objectives on it. Like that's not as fun because that's just a really drawn out fight with a team I don't want to play with. But the punching bag event felt like a puzzle. And then everybody was like, God, nah, man, Bardock and mine.
Yeah.
But until that was known, it was really fun trying to figure it out.
I think my favorite Legends related memory was actually from the second anniversary when we were all hanging out here, and then all of a sudden D3 came in and he was like, wait, hold the phone. Unpause the stream. That was so funny when exactly how they did it this year, right? They had Vegito Blue in like the last 45 seconds of the reveals and stuff. And D3 paused the stream, talked to his community. Everybody was like, dude, unpause the stream, unpause the stream. And he forgot. And he didn't even realize that Vegito Blue was out until like half hour later. And I was just, I don't know, I found it ridiculous. Just people laughing.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Alrighty. I would say we get one more question before we head off for this week. And that one's coming from Mist, God Key Supremacy. What do you think the chance that we get another Ultra unit during the second part of the anniversary? And who would you like it to be?
I mean,
If they really... Okay, go ahead.
I don't. The chance for another Ultra unit during the second part and who would we want it to be? I mean, it's possible, but I mean, if we're specifically asking what each person wants, then I mean, I would love it to be my favorite transformation, and we already know Prof is going to say the same thing for Gohan, because you and I talk about this at length every once in a while.
I want the Ginyu Force,
But yeah, that's what I would want.
but I would say the chance is not so high.
Ultra Captain Ginyu.
Yeah.
Oh man, hear me out. If you're gonna actually do an Ultra Captain Ginyu, legit give me my opponent's unit.
That would be really cool, yeah.
That is deserving of
That's
Ultra.
true. But it would be so hard,
it-
I think, to I don't even know how hard it would be to program. Like, but would you just want the outfit or like the model, or would you want the entire unit, including the kit?
No, I want their unit. I'm gonna run full heart virus items on that Ginyu, and I'm gonna steal your stupid unit.
You're getting that Gogeta Blue or whatever.
Like every time you red star him, his stats go down again.
Yeah, I remember when I did the Ginyu Force concepts, like for the body change, I wasn't going that far, but I think it said takes your debuffs and gives it to your opponent, and takes the opponent's buffs and applies them to yourself.
No, I want some straight up fighters nonsense where I have your unit now. You give it to me.
What? That was.
Whoa, calm
I'm
down.
No, I think it's risky because people. Come on, what's the difference between your unit getting one shot and yours getting you?
I mean, at this point, it's true, right? Like before, it was like debatable, but right now, like with the Zenkai, oh, 2 cards and he's dead. Might as well do the cover change, like, whatever. We have Hercule as well, paralyzing everyone. So
So why the hell not?
where's the difference?
It's not like we're loading more assets or anything. Just give me your unit.
What about you, ZVG and Noctis?
When it comes to like Ultra units, I have no idea who we could possibly see, honestly.
And who would you like?
Oh, let's see. Ultra Vegito would be nice. Ultra FSK Gohan would also be pretty neat. Probably Vegito. Like I have no, like they have so many options, so many iconic moments
Wait, no,
to choose from.
no Buhan?
honestly.
Man.
Ultra Buu, nah, I want the green one to get a Zenkai. That's what I want. Toshi, watching this video, please hurry it up. I mean, it's almost been 2 years now since he got. Well, it has been 2 years now. Please, for the love of God, Zenkai this man, please, thank you. But yeah,
No, the Boo Tanks needs a Zenkai. He is starving.
no. The Buhan needs one first, bro. The Butex is worse, but
Buhan had his.
yeah, Butex is worse, but like Buhan needs it just for me personally. I don't really care about anybody else.
Fair. And with that said, as you probably already know, this one is going to premiere on YouTube in about 24 hours from now. And we will be back in another week with episode 37 of the Dragon Ball Legends podcast. We hope that your summons were good. You didn't get shafted too much. And yeah, have a good rest of your week. we'll see y'all in the next ones. Bye, guys.
Peace out, guys. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.